But the first critique I want to go to now is the doctrine of sin. So the doctrine of sin is foundational when understanding addictions. And here in this step, we're labeling the sin as character defects or shortcomings, which means we aren't necessarily getting to the root of the addiction problem. Addiction can look complicated and messy, but at its root is a worship disorder where our worship is based on self rather than rightly on our Creator, the God of the Bible. And one thing I like to think about when I think about the root issue being in the heart is I like to use an example. So when I was a kid, I used to pull a lot of weeds out of the lawn. Did you used to do that, or do you still do that as a part of your lawn care?
Yeah, we do. I
So
have
I
my
don't know
kids.
about you.
The great thing about
You have your
parenthood
kids
is
doing
your kid. Well, you have your kids do it now, so I just sit and
that.
supervise.
Yes, that's great. I that was one of the chores that I did as a child, and I remember getting so frustrated because I would pull the roots out of the lawn, or not the roots, the weeds. So I would pull the weeds out of the lawn, and I would notice that just a few weeks later, there'd be more and more weeds coming up. And then I became a little more of an expert and noticed that if you pulled the weed by its root, it wouldn't grow back and became a much more efficient weed puller. But with all that being said, that's just an example that I like to think about when we're talking about the root of the heart. If the root issue isn't getting addressed, then we're talking about behavior modification and only taking care of the issue at the surface level. We aren't getting to the root issue where our sin lies, where we're worshiping self, where the worship disorder lies. So our goal in restoration and redemption from addiction is total heart transformation that can only be done by the saving grace of Jesus Christ. And when in this step, we're just getting to the surface level of shortcomings and character defects.
Great point.